Hello, everybody, and welcome to Keisha's World. I have a message from God for you. It's actually a warning, a prophetic warning. But don't you fret, because this prophetic warning is coupled with a rescue from God. So he wants to warn you about something, but he also wants to protect you from it as well. So I want to just share a dream that I had. I had a dream about a woman that is no longer here that I used to be close to. And this woman's favorite pastime in the South was to find snakes in the field, catch them, and kill them. And so she says to me in conversation, she says, Keisha, I see these snakes all around you. She said they're really close by. And I said, oh, I don't have any snakes around me. Everybody around me I'm cool with them. I love them. I could trust them. And she says, no, you got these snakes around you. And she says to me, if you would just listen closely, listen very, very, very closely. Just hush your mouth for a second. If you listen closely, you'll be able to hear these snakes around you. She says you can't see them, but they're there. And so sometimes we have these snakes around us, and these snakes are actually people that we love. It's the people that we go hard for. It's the people that we are most loyal to. It could be your boyfriend. It could be your wife. It could be your pastor. It could be your niece, your aunt, your uncle. It could be your mom, your dad, your best friend. Everyone cannot be trusted. Everyone that stays close to you doesn't mean that they're for you, because some people are just using you because of the presence that you have, because you're chosen, because you're loving, because you have a good heart. And so they stick close to you for the benefits of you. And so one snake that is very dangerous is the python, right? We all know that the python is not friendly. And so there is a spirit called the python spirit. And so the python spirit is a spirit of lies, deception, spiritual oppression, of heaviness. It's also a spirit that will empower people to practice divination, fortune telling, and visions that are not from God. And so in the next part of this dream, I was basically walking to like a cookout, and a bunch of people were cooking, but something in me said, don't eat the food. I don't know if anyone ever told you this, but you have to be careful about eating food from everybody's cooking. I know you heard that people say, oh, I don't eat so-and-so's cooking or whatever. But energy is a real thing. So if there's someone that has a negative or evil intention for you that gives you food, and then you digest it and you eat it, it can affect you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, on all aspects. And so in this dream, I wasn't eating. So that's a good sign. That means that I was avoiding this evil that was coming at me. And so in the dream, I also had all these clothes in my hand. I had a bunch of clothes in my hand, and then I went to a boutique and I bought more clothes. And the clothes represented a covering from God. It represented you're not naked. Even though these spirits and these snakes are around you, I'm covering you. And I'm keeping you safe from these things, and I'm protecting you from it. And so I'm just grateful for the dream symbols that God had given me. And so I just want to encourage all of you to open your eyes and open your ears and look around you and see if there's snakes around you. Because where you're about to go, where God is taking you, you can't take those snakes with you, because they're only there to hinder you and to just suck the life out of you, and I've been there before. I've slept with snakes. I've had friends that were snakes. I've had pastors that were snakes, best friends that didn't have good intentions for me. But we're getting ready to walk into not a season, not a dimension, but a new time frame where God is doing divine reversals. So you're going to start to see that he is going to be removing these snakes from your life. So my prayer for you today is that anyone that is under the sound of my voice, who is chosen, who is called by God, who is loving, who has a big heart and good intentions and loves hard and goes hard, for people in their lives that don't even deserve them, my prayer is that God will remove them. Just like that lady, how she would grab them, she would find them, and she would kill them. Because my thing is this: if God has a plan for you and you are willing to execute that plan, then you are worthy of life. You are worthy of him breathing the breath of life in you. But if you are a person that is evil and just hateful and doesn't want to spread love, but only wants to spread hate, God doesn't have use for you. And sorry, but not sorry. I'm not one of those prophets that's going to tell you, oh, God told me you're about to get a house or a car, this or that. I'm a warning prophet. And God is a good God, and he's a loving God, but he's also a God of wrath. And so he is in the process of removing a lot of you evil people that are blocking and hindering God's people from acting out their God-ordained purpose. So if you are a snake that is standing in the way of one of God's chosen, get ready to be removed, because your time is winding down. And so I say all that to say this: dear chosen one, no weapon that is formed against you shall be able to prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment shall be condemned. And you will fulfill your God-ordained purpose. And when you do, those snakes won't be around. There's never a dull moment in Keisha's world, so stay tuned.